in Warsaw, we've reached the semi-final stage of the PokerMillion.com World Pool League. The first semi-final about to get underway at the University of Agriculture, and all Philippines clash. Efren Reyes has just flown in from the Tokyo Open, where he won an astonishing $165,000. His road to the last four here started with a win over local hero Radoslav Babica. The 47-year-old's experience just too much for the 22-year-old. A supremely confident Reyes then took on the defending champion Steve Knight of England. And again, the result was a 7-3 win. Safely through, Reyes relaxed as he and the reigning world champion Mika Immonen put on a sparkling display of shot making in the dead rubber. Francisco Bustamante was just as impressive in his run to the last four. His high-powered breaks were too much, even for America's superstar Earl Strickland. 8-2 the score. Holland's Rico Dix was next, though Bustamante had all the luck against the Dutchman, winning 5 racks in a row for a 7-3 victory in a semi-final spot. Steve Davis had to get a point to stay alive in the event, and the Englishman got it in a seesaw battle. So there it is, two national heroes face to face for a place in the final. It's a race to 7 racks, and the two of them know each other oh so well.
Him and me, we gonna play hard, you know, because it's race to 7. And then you never know, you know, but gonna be a tough match.
In 9 balls, the break always important, you know. If you get no luck in the break, or sometimes you get luck in the break. You get a better break. This one is maybe.
I got a hard break, you know, but sometimes it's not working. But sometimes Efren break not so hard, but he make a ball.
How many times I play him in United States? He always beat me over there. But in the Philippines, sometimes I get lucky.
With the people, is the #1. He's a hero.
Your commentators for the first semi-final, Andy Richardson and Sid Waddell.
Well, some nations need another hero, not the Philippines. We get 2 great players like these two. For the semi-finalists, sponsored by Andy Richardson. Here's the lag. So Buster's got it.
Well, he can't get closer than that, Sid. White ball touching the bottom rail. Francisco to break.
Race to 7. We're placing the final. Oh, the final is Immonen, the world champion, against Steve Davis. That should be another cracker. But only a very foolish person would be foolish enough to say he's going to win this one. 9 balls golden break from the start. And then they'll take it higher. What an amazing start! Busty's clattered the 9! And is he just? Or is he just? Wowee, absolutely thunderama break.
Once again, Sid, the 9 ball, nearly in the corner pocket. As you said, tremendous break there.
Wowee! Edge of our seats here. That, as Andy pointed out, it's only 6 inches, so I'm dropping another 9 off the break. What a start to a semi. Don't remember one as electric as this in the 6 years I've been doing it. Sensational pool here in Warsaw. Who said the Chopin was the only man who wrote the concertos? Look at this!
Yeah, tremendous 2-ball there, Sid. Looks like it's going to be a quick game, this. Both attacking. We'll both be wound up for this game. Looking at a combination down the rail. Pink 4 to green 6.
Like spoon into it.
Well-controlled shot once again.
Enthusiasm led by strong contingent here from the Filipino embassy, who've been making chicken and listening to the Elvis impressions of the maestro here. A man of abundant talent, as you're seeing on the pool table. We know him as karaoke singer. Top lad.
Once again, perfect position for Efren. Draws the ball back. Is the brown 7 down the rail into the corner pocket. It'd be perfect on the black 8. Faultless so far.
That's right. Full put in by numbers. Absolute genius at work. Twofold. Bustamante sits and watches. Could be very, very tight, this one. And he'll just flip this 9 in to level the scoreline. One apiece. Welcome to the thunderstorm. Warsaw. We're in rack 5 here. And eat your heart out, Harry Potter, because there's a real wizard. Efren Reyes is flying at the moment, and this man, his compadre, Francie Bustamante, is hanging on to the coattails of the boss of Hogwarts Pool Academy.
Colossal break there, Sid. Colossal break.
Gonna need it. Fantastic semi-final here. And you see that foot part of the action. Even Fred Astaire had lifted his eye. Is that?
Yeah, he'll count himself unfortunate there, Sid. He's not got an easy lay on the 2 ball. Blue 2 he's on.
Race to 7 racks for a place in the final. Bustamante. Nice. Oh, he's taking it to the brown, maybe?
It's a possibility, Sid. It's difficult from this angle. That's what you attempted.
I think the billiard shot, yeah.
Oh
Trying
dear.
to take the white into the brown and put the brown. A very, very imaginative shot, which is what you'd expect from Busty. But as it is, over to the wizard. And take it from me. Whether you live in Birmingham or Oz, they know about this wizard everywhere in the world. Reyes, genius in flair. Has a path to the pink. And the rest of them are just gimmies.
Yeah, just needs to be careful with this ball, Sid. Elected to play cushion first.
With enough side to augment the angle of the shot.
He's got the orange 5 into the middle now. This is all plain sailing for Efren. Brown 7 in the corner. Leaving the black 8 for the opposite corner. Opposite end of the table. They'll be punching this ball into the corner. Stunning off the side rail. Leaving himself
punching,
an easy 9.
Talking about punching. Busty's taking some pain at the moment. It's all going Efren's way. Cruising! And cruising to 4-1! I remember as a kid, on Newcastle United, see the greats like Jackie Milburn come on the field. Great players like Tommy Lawton and Tom Finney, and there was a hush went round when the greats strutted their stuff. There's exactly that atmosphere here in the University of Agriculture in Poland. And the man ploughing the furrow at the Agriculture Department at the moment is Efren Reyes. Fine, he's hot up in 165 grand in Tokyo, that's US. Pocket change, being here. But playing for pride against, well, Bustamante, if there's one player in the world that will disregard 4-1 scoreline, it's Francie. As the ball's required to go down, hesitate the move, because no obvious place to put the 1.
No, Sid, once again, that was a tremendous break from Efren. Every time he's broken this match, he's parked that white ball in the centre of the table. There's no obvious route for the 1 ball.
Well, you assume it's going to go somewhere near the orange. Other way. Oh, in. What?
Decided to try the bank for a change, Sid.
with maybe a bit of safety in mind because there was a wall of balls?
I don't actually think he was considering the safety element. I think it was 100% attempt on the corner pocket. But you very, very rarely see Efren miss a bank shot. That goes for all the Filipino players.
Well, all that money's never away from the bank.
Francisco here. Got a long shot on the blue 2 ball. He's just looking exactly where he needs to land for the red 3. Just next to the 9 ball. This is not obvious.
Trails 4-1. The race to 7 has to get some kind of inspiration. Oh, if this runs, if this dollies up, he's in bother. He's in bother.
Yeah, he tried to use the very extreme of the pocket there. The difficult position for him. He landed perfectly on the 3 ball. That's exactly where he will have wanted the white ball. But he's left Efren, as you say, he's left him all over the pocket. Much easier path to the 3 ball now for Efren.
It's a bit like that Greek god, wasn't the god's Job, pointing where he's going to aim his thunderbolts. And I mean thunderbolts on this man. 1 minute they caress the ball, and next minute they hammer it. You know, these two afraid of moving the ball 20 feet if they want to get precise position. Semi-final. All going Efren's way at the moment. But he's up against the guy. You could snap back like a rattlesnake with a hernia.
Yeah, the way he's playing, you can't imagine him missing one of these, Sid. These are straightforward.
Pink. And a very, very interesting angle. Some people would have gone away from the pocket, not Efren. The angle.
He just checks the ball in, Sid, that's right.
Beautiful. See this. 1 minute it's the cudgel, next minute it's the poignard. It's incredible mixture of subtlety and aggression in this game.
Long 6 in the corner. Be coming back round off 2 rails. But the black 8 in the far corner. Left an angle on it, he'll be happy with that.
So he's got the choice of which side he fancies taking. The 9 decides to come to the non-narrow side. 5-1 coming up. What is Buster able to do? Apart from lock him up. The hottest ticket in Eastern Europe at the moment. Chock-a-block. And there's piles of pools outside, 200 to be exact, screaming at Clive Cox and Luke Richards of Match Room, let us in! Seeing why. Busty's gonna need to dig deep into that armory, deep into... Whoa! Oh my goodness! His second one! Just when he needed it! It may not be the pantomime season! Magic in Warsaw! Just watch that 9 ball go!
Here we come to the table where we have a difficult situation. The 8 ball is really not all that much of a problem. It's a tough shot, but it's a very makeable shot. Our problem lies with where the 1 is going to stop. Now, we're not going to be able to play an angle off of the 1 here to get to the 2. We just have to play a random shot. So the way I'm going to play this is I'm going to shoot the combination, trying to make the 8 ball right here. The 1 will hit the side rail and come out to this area right in here. I'm going to try to float the cue ball down to this area to play the 1 over in that corner. This is a high center cue ball. You just roll it in. Okay, we've finished with a shot now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play the 1 ball straight in the corner pocket. I'm going to bring the cue ball, instead of coming across like this, I may end up wide. I don't want to do that. That would be okay, but you're better here if you can hit the end rail and the side rail and come out to this location. So you'll be able to play the 2 in and just come across for the 7, for the 4. So I'm going to hit this with a middle right-hand cue ball, come 2 rails to this area right in here. So here we have the situation. I'm going to play the 2 ball in this corner pocket. I'm going to play the cue ball with a low left-hand cue ball. This would be between 7 and 8 o'clock. It's really not a draw. It's just I want to slap the rail and come back out into this area right in here. I don't want to back the cue ball up. I want to come here and back out into the table into this area to play the 4 ball up in that corner pocket. This is almost a middle left-hand cue ball. Okay, now we've recovered. What I want to do now is I'm going to play the 4 ball in this corner pocket. I'm going to hit this shot with a high center cue ball. I want to come straight back down table. I don't want to take any chance on getting behind either one of these 2 balls. I want to come straight back down table, preferably to the center of the table right here, to have a nice little angle on the 5 where I can come back out to the 6. Okay, this is a high center cue ball. Just shoot the 4 straight in, come back to the middle of the table if possible. Okay, we're almost ideal now. All I want to do here is I want to make the 5. I'm a little straighter than I would like to be. I would have liked to have been here, but I still have a little bit of an angle. So what I'm going to try to do, I'm going to shoot the 5 in, hit this rail, and come back out into this area here. I don't want to overshoot it. I want to stay in this area, so all I have to do is play the 6 in and bring the cue ball to right here for the 7. I don't want to have to go to the rail and back out. So I'm going to try to play close to straight in on the 6, or maybe just a hair to the inside of it, to the left-hand side of it. So this is a center left cue ball. Slap the rail, come back out into the middle of the table. Okay, now I've overshot the line again. So we're not in bad shape. All I have to do is shoot the 6 in this pocket, bump this rail, and come out to this area right here. The 9 is laying in an ideal location right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the 6 in the corner, bump the rail, come back out to this area right here to play the 7 in the side. This is a high center cue ball. Okay, now I'm straight in on the 7. That's okay because of the location of the 9. All I'll do is I'll just pull the cue ball back a little bit to give me a nice soft cut at the 9. You hit this with low center. You draw the cue ball back 4 or 5 inches. Playing the 7 straight in the side. Okay, now that gives me a nice little shot on the 9 to finish the rack. So I'll play the 9 in there. I like to shoot this shot with a little bit of a touch of right-hand English. I call it helping English. It seems to give you a better line at the 9 ball. Just a touch of low right English. That's one rack with various situations that come up, how to recover when you get out of line and how to try to stay in line while you're at the table.
You can't give people in sport too much respect. And between these two, there's a sort of avuncular attitude by Reyes towards all of them. Being the Tagalion, when he's with Andam Luat, he acts as the, the capo, the tutti capo. And he, I think Bustamante might verge on just snitch too much respect. But then again, the other side of the coin could be that Francie always gives chances.
He's looking to get out of this snooker, obviously. Hit the 1 ball. He's hit the perfect side. He played that shot. He was looking to make the 1. Knew he had a position on the 2. And if he missed it, had a fair chance of safety. And he snookered.
Well, if you can maintain that many vibes in your head and put the wood where it matters, you're a genius. 2 in play here. Entertaining the crowd. You can't get in for love, no money here.
Looking to hold the white ball behind the 6. So close.
Foul shot. Rolling.
It's a foul shot there. He hasn't made contact with a cushion. You hit a ball, and after contact, something needs to hit a cushion. He's dropped short.
Unforced error. Right then, 5-3. He's 5-1 down. Tagging back, it's Francie.
Looking at position for the blue 2 ball here. We're taking it to the top corner. He's drawing out off the cushion, off the side rail, across. Oh, he's left it. He's hung it in the pocket. And it's shots like that, at this standard, that can make all the difference. The smallest of errors.
Absolutely, Andy. 5-3. Reyes leads to 7. That does not look different. Alright, he didn't quite get what he wanted on that blue too.
No, I think he tried to come higher up the table there, Sid. But once again, if it doesn't cut, there's a possibility of a bank. The only problem possibly being that the 3 ball afterwards wanted to bank the 2. I feel the white's running away from the 3. No, he had a better angle than I thought.
Well, you were dead right. Sweet as a nut on the red, as it is. A great chance for Busty to claw back. And all of the avuncular smiles now. Sitting on a 5-1 lead, and if you are Efren Reyes, you don't like to see it being chipped away, especially when you've dollied up a shot line out. So now Busty takes advantage of bringing the ball perfect for the red. All he's got to do now is keep that white in the middle.
That's it, Sid. In prime position once again. Draws it back slightly. Leaves the angle we always talk about. Making this in the corner. Off the side rail. Back out for the orange 5.
You've got to win a lot of tournaments to get rings on your fingers and watches like that.
Straightforward now. Green 6 in the corner. Brown 7 in the far corner. The 8's hanging over the middle. The perfect position on the 9. This is 5-4.
In a perfect position, actually, to just snitch this in and draw the ball to make it look like spoon and Mindström. 5-4! Head back then as Bustamante, Efren out was 5-1 up. Busty's go back with 3 on the trot. As Taylor Tab. See, the referees would look like that when I was down at Billiard Hall. I might not have drifted off to the rugby pitch and ended up in the hospital. A former Scottish international 8-ball English player. Taylor.
Rack 10, Efren Reyes to break, leading by 5 racks to 4.
Massively respected throughout the world of snooker as well as pool as a referee.
Just watch this cue ball. Every break so far I've watched, it's parked. Probably the first time it's moved, but still a tremendous break.
And well, given where the toes landed, it's not going to worry him too much, is it, that he's come away from the middle of the white?
No, he's fine here. He's got the long 2, but it's not too bad. Long 3 the opposite way up the table, so he hasn't got too much to do with this white ball. The natural angle brings him off the cushion to the opposite side of the table. The position on the 3.
That went into the knuckle slightly earlier than he wanted, but it went in anyway. He's in position on the red 3. If you're at all new to the game, quick remind you, the rules of 9-ball are is the lowest ball when you're in play. You get in play with any ball from the break off. The 9 goes down, you've seen in this game from the break, to the rack. Then you proceed through the collapse. But if at any time you can see a low ball, plant or cannon, involved in the 9, you can win the game there and then. You also have to play in the media shots, whereby if the higher ball is in the pocket, you can pop up 2, or the orange 5 to hit the higher ball in, you're still in play. Yeah, it's looking good then. 4-6-4. Why is he not? Why are you looking slightly concerned?
I don't think he's concerned. He's just got a couple of options here. He can run through, round the cushions for the 7, or he can draw the ball backwards. Decided to run through. It looked the most obvious option. He's a little bit short there, Sid, but you still fancy Efren to make this ball.
Yeah, you cannot do fair with the terms. There's quite a few ways to get more or less the same place at this. It's either by drawing the ball by hitting low, or by using top spin. Ooh!
He pulled that, Sid. As he struck the ball, he lifted his body. Takes you offline.
Just like golf, or like cricket, you've got to hit through the ball. You must not snatch off early. And the Maestro showing the tension there. The fact that Bustamante has come back from 5-1, bound to be a little bit in his mind. It's then 5-5. And the fun would really start. FUN time! For game 4 on the spin to level it up! Well, for the last couple of matches, he's had an Elvis hairdo. He's going to certainly have to hound dog Francie here.
Efren really needs to make a ball from this break.
Take it from me. Efren Reyes has not left the building.
Another good break there. He's a shot at the one. Queuing near the blue 2 ball, that's his next ball. Long yellow 1, blue 2. He'll be drawing this ball back. Very nearly behind the pink 4 there.
Looking to take us to Hill Hill, as the American lexicon has it. Looking to take it to 6-6. Then all play for would be 1 rack.
Beautiful shot there. Took the pace out of the ball, deliberately used the other 2 balls. Very imaginative play.
Well now. Lip. Like no worry being that close.
No, he didn't want to be that close, Sid. It's a lot harder than it could have been. Good recovery.
Got to have an eye like a hawk to confidently strike them into the middle with our sharply angled pockets. 3-6.
Terrible contact there. Huge kick. And what a time to get it. He was certain of a rack there.
Right then. Bustamante leads 6-5. He's in the final. If he can work his way through these 4 balls. The only thing is, where does he attempt that green?
Well, Sid, if he wants to, he can attempt it in the top corner pocket. He'll be running across the table with right-hand side. This is a big shot for him, but he's decided to play it safe. He wanted the snooker there. And we all know that Efren can bank anything on the table.
Well, he just banked 165,000 greenbacks. This will be like taking down the kids' piggy bank. Just watch the track. To the pocket. To the pocket. All right! All right! As they say in Yorkshire. Oh!
It's like leaving it over the pocket for him. Incredible.
That's not hyperbole. No overstatement by Andy there. That's to him whose everyday fare. It were bread and drip into the lap.
And when you consider that if he missed that ball, almost certain to leave it on, and it was end of tournament, phenomenal.
Saint France, il est monstre. This time to take us to a sudden death. 1 run! 6-6! You couldn't get there in a more dramatic fashion! Here we go then. Side and rack. You'd have sat down Arthur Miller with Shakespeare for a month in a secluded room with some burgers. You couldn't have scripted this one better. They are to what the Yanks call the hill. That means for one person, the only way is down.
Final rack. Francisco Bustamante to break. 6 racks.
He ran 5 racks in this alternative break format. To come back from 5-1 down, he's now going for the semi-final. This to win the match. Keep your eye on the 9. You like it, Andy?
Well, he's got a long 1 ball. Practice conditions, You know he's going to make this ball. This is the key to the rack. The long one, nothing to do to get on the 2 ball. Right next to the 1 ball. 3's nearly over the pocket. They're all there for him. This is such a vital ball. This is game ball, maybe.
6-6. Last rack. Hard of the pocket. Low 2's a gimme. Things looking very sick for Reyes.
Yes, Sid, he just got to keep it together here. He'd run these balls in his sleep.
You know what sometimes happens in sleep? The rapid eye movement. You have nightmares. Certain things, old people. I bet you just have your nightmare. Reyes. How's he looking?
Well, Sid, he's short on this ball. And that's just the pressure.
I'll say about nightmares. Is the cut bottom right any good to him? Very dangerous. Overcut, undercut, so easily with that kind of contact.
This is it, Sid, but the trouble is, if he plays safe, you don't want Efren to be able to see a ball on a rail. Because if there's no direct route to the pocket, you know he'll make one into another one, he'll bank it. Safety can be no good sometimes in this situation.
There's more kicking than the Tiller girls. Yes. Could be white. Trying the cut. Suggestion from Andy that there was a big contact. Kick.
It's hard to say, Sid, but just seemed to skid a little, did that 4 ball.
2 golden breaks. 5 racks on the trot to come back to lead Reyes. And then we both said it was a very, very difficult clip. Crowd absolutely hushed, so respectful of the player. That was actually just a trickle. Shot. So I think massive appreciation of the level of the contest. 6-6. World champion going for the final. Still proud of now. Oh, he wanted to be 3 inches, 4 inches higher. You'd expect him to get it, but what a game. What a game. Bustamante with final bounds. But Efren with 1 pound is in the final.
Here in Warsaw, the second semi-final of the PokerMillion.com World Pool League 2001 about to get underway. We know that Efren Reyes is through to the final, but whom will he meet? Mika Immonen or Steve Davis? Immonen is the reigning World Pool champion, and on his way to the semi-finals he showed just why, beating the defending champion Steve Knight in the opener 6-4. Radoslav Babitsa was next, the young Pole losing out in a hard-fought and often scrappy encounter. 2 wins and the Iceman in the last 4. In the dead rubber, Mika Immonen put on a sparkling display of shot-making against Efren Reyes to win 6-4 yet again. By contrast, Steve Davis rode his luck. The Nugget holding on to beat Dix, the European champion, 6-4. After another flying start by Davis, his luck ran out against Earl Strickland of the USA. Steve had to get some sort of result with Francisco Bustamante, and he was lucky again in a thrilling 5-all draw, squeezing through into the last 4. So Reyes, who won $165,000 in Tokyo earlier in the week, waits to meet the winner of Immonen and Davis, fellow members of the European Mosconi Cup team.
Race to 7 means I have a chance. If Mika and myself were locked in a room for a week, I think Mika would come out on top. But in a race to 7, perhaps it's a different story. Perhaps I get lucky.
Well, it's an alternating break, so it gives both players a guaranteed chance at the table, and it's sure short, but it makes it more like an intense short game.
The fact that Mika won the World Championship this year, I think, proves that he's matured into a top-class player.
I had to beat Efren to avoid Francisco, so that was the plan, and it worked out well.
I've never been to a final in a credible pool event, so I'm going to be giving everything.
The 6 times world snooker champion against the reigning world pool champion. Your commentators for the second semi-final, Andy Richardson and Sid Waddell.
Well, here we go. What should be a belter, Andy? The world champion, the brilliant young Finn, taking on Romford Slim, alias the Nugget. Warrigan, bit of a folk tongue to talk about. I practice a bit. Good practice that break. Mucho plenty with Davis. Semi-final, race to 7. We have half the fun we had in Reyes against Busty. This will be a belter. And you would have to put your money on the world champion to go into the final against Reyes. Although at one point you'd have put your money on Busty beating the Magician.
As Steve said before this match, it's a race to 7. Anything can happen. And there we see. Powerful break. Good split of the balls. But there's nothing down. Steve's in with his first chance. Long 1 ball into the corner pocket. Close proximity to the 2. That's the blue 2. Good chance for him here.
Winding up as usual. Many a time when I was a little lad, sitting watching him play. Oh, it's quite a big lad actually. At the Crucible. And I should have been in bed. Because if you work it out, you end up with a lovely position like that on the blue 2. He's had a load of nicknames. The Nugget. The one nickname I would give him overall, having seen him play snooker for many years, and this is the Sickener. Throws back. Is that where he wanted it for the pink?
Slightly offline, Sid, but still no problem for him. He's looking at this 4 ball in the corner pocket. The pink 4. The orange 5 over the opposite corner. No real problems from here. Slightly hampered by the green 6.
Ref has just reminded these bulls, no flash photography. Presumably mundane photography. Okay. Davis looking as usual like the man at the party who's brought his harp, and he's going to play it whether I like it or not. Something menacing. Choose me words carefully about Davis in play at this. Don't you agree?
Very intimidating. As we all know, doesn't miss many balls. Very deliberate action. He's got a straight, near enough straight 9 ball now into the corner for the first game.
Against the world champion. First strike to Davis. And while he's down some upholstered sewer near Romford, with the Crucible in the world of snooker, or here in Warsaw, so eager for the free that his nostrils almost rattle. Davis, as Immonen, is aware he is in a rut here. Davis said never been to a major World Pool final. Well, he actually picked up the St Andrews Cup some years ago in Scotland, right in the field, nowhere near as classy as this. But it was apparent, even about 4 years ago, that he was not going to pussyfoot around with the techniques of this game, Andy.
That's right, Sid. In general, he's kept the same technique as he had at the snooker. He's adapted certain things. He's taken from the 9-ball players what he thinks he needs, but he's not tried to copy them. Pointing case is his cue. A scaled-up version of his snooker cue, slightly bigger tip. He's kept what he felt comfortable with.
Absolutely, absolutely. Spot on. That is halfway between a pool cue and a snooker cue. And he's also, I think he was very quick to work out. You don't need perfect position at this. You don't always need the middle of the pocket. In fact, the shape of the pocket, not having a beveled angles, the fact that they are angled means that you can get better position by sending the ball sometimes into one end of the pocket or the other. And he twigged that very early to Davis. He's looking very good here for 2-zip. Far enough up?
I think so, Sid, yeah. I think so. He'll make this ball twice across to leave himself a straight 9.
Yeah, Jim Ramby, the great himself, couldn't have played a better back and forth shot, parallel with the end rails. This for 2-zip against the world champ. Whoa! The Nuggets! Nugget ahead! Must I here, maybe?
Always an option again, Sid, yeah.
Keep your eye on the 9 as well. I mean, they might... Oh, lovely.
Tremendous shot. Very unfortunate there with the free ball.
Bent the ball with spin. Rice and Iron Nation kid, Carl Ballwinder. Tremendous spin driller, call him ball winder. You have to have all the armory of spin and bank and position. Wonder why he's world champ? Keep watching.
Great shot there. Banked the 3 ball into the corner pocket. In perfect position with the white ball. Fractionally closer to the rail than he wanted. He'd be playing rail first here, possibly. That's right, rail first, then the ball. To get the correct angle for the 5 ball, the orange 5. It's all about position. Just looking at the 6 now. He's very straight on this ball. Would have liked a little bit of an angle, I think. It should be no problem for him. Should be okay here, Sid.
Immense draw shot there. Screw back the cush. And just drops this in the middle, does he?
That's right, Sid, in the middle.
He's always got to half think beyond the obvious, because they're not scared to use the long pockets if it means position on the whites easier. But position there was easy from a pot into the middle bag. But at some angles, as you've said, the middle bags are very dodgy.
Yeah, the middle bags are huge if you're in front of them. But either side, it shrinks dramatically.
World champ takes back to 2-1. It's no good just getting out the snooker in this.
That's right,
The
Sid.
way you get out.
Yep. You need to be out of the snooker and putting your opponent back in trouble. That's the aim.
Crowd absolutely enraptured here in Poland. Hottest ticket in town. Turning them away in grooves. The world champ. Tense game. 6 times world snooker champ.
Well, Sid, 3 balls awkward here. Red 3 behind the pink 4. Mika just trying to weigh up what to do with the 2.
Clapping the players to the table. Not many people sitting back in their seats. Right. Plan here.
Well, Sid, you've always got 2 lines of attack. You can either look at the safety and think I'll contain the game, or you may be possibly looking at the bank.
That's meaning the red to go and push and across the left.
But he's played. That ball looked in. Yeah, you can't believe it.
We've noticed Danny's pointed out with Gimlet Eye here. We've seen bubbles regularly in this tournament. They've been on that pocket. It's natural the way the table is assembled. You occasionally get one that's just a smidge tighter, and if it gets in your head that it is, then you have to worry about this without worrying about that sort of thing. Anyway, it's a great chance for Davis to go 3-1.
Yeah, it's awkward with the ball in the jaws, though. Always difficult to control. Yeah, you won't see a better shot than that. Extremely difficult to control.
Well, if I was playing that shot, I know where the white would be now, in my opponent's hand.
Yeah, he's well on the 4 here. Pink 4, orange 5. I think Steve may be looking at it into the middle pocket. He's got options. But he certainly doesn't need to do much with the white ball here. It's always a bonus.
And I wasn't kidding about the nostrils rattling. For the contest. Davis. Now, I'm just interested point at the World Championships 3 years ago. There was a controversial point. You are allowed with the rest on the table like that, but you can't put your cue on. You can't put it on and take your hand off it. There's a sight in line. Works nicely. In your position on the orange.
Yeah, didn't bother with the middle pocket. Playing this into the far corner.
Well, I think even if he had position on the green was relatively easy, so I think it was a 50-50 choice, like I suggested. Now.
Doesn't want to be straight on this ball. An angle either way will do him. He'll be running this ball through. Just have a slight angle. Back off the side cushion. Out for the brown 7. He's done all the hard work.
Good for 3-1. It's a race to 7. Semi-final. Remember, Deus has never been in a big-time pool final before. Check side. Just to make this a bit easier because it's dead straight to the pocket. Davis! 3-1 against the reigning world champion. David Coleman used to say.
Okay, now I'm in the desired area. Here you have another decision to make. Do you want to play the cue ball to the side rail and back out in the table, or do you want to play the side rail and a side rail and back out in the table. Remember, anytime you play to this rail, you're adding a great risk factor of this pocket. A lot of people play that ball in, hit the rail, and hit here and come out. That's not the correct way. The correct way to play this is use a little bit of center right-hand English, strike the rail, come a little wide of the pocket. Just in case you happen to overcut the 5 just a little bit, play to this area right in here, but try to play straight in on the 6. This is a middle right-hand cue ball between 2 and 3 o'clock. You go to the side rail and back out. Try to get straight in right in here. Okay, now we've played straight in on the 6. This rack has all the marks of being a nice, simple rack. That's when you make mistakes, when you start taking things for granted. So what we're going to do, we're going to play the 6 ball straight in the corner. I'm not going to stop the ball here because this ball is in the center of the table. I don't want to hit this with the center ball and come straight down table because the 9's in the center of the table too. Here's a little lesson. Play the 6 ball in, hit the side rail and the end rail, and come to this area. Give yourself an angle to come across the 8 to this area right here. So you play this straight in, going all the way to the end rail with the cue ball. Okay, now I have an angle. I can go across table if I want to. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to play the 8 ball straight in the pocket using the side rail and come back out to this area right here for the 9. The reason that I don't go straight down table, which some players play that way, is because I have to hit this ball full. When I have to hit this ball full, I have to hit this ball hard. When I have to hit it hard, it could get away from you from this area here. It could go way past that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play it straight in with a high right-hand cue ball about 1 o'clock, hit the side rail, come to this area right in here. It's much easier to control that way. Okay, now all I have to do is play the 9 in to finish the rack. Here again, I use a little bit of right-hand English called helping English to make the 9. A big factor in that particular game was the location of the 8 ball. The reason I didn't want to play to the top side of it. If I play up here with the 8 in this location, now I have to go to the right or to the left of the cue ball. I can't use a center ball. And the 9's in the center of the table, so that means I have to play to one side or the other. If you have to do that, always come below the ball and go across table instead of up and down.
The way he's looking at this now, contemplating maybe a double, banking the ball across the table. That's the 3 in the corner. And the pink 4, that's the only thing I think he's looking at. If not, he draws the ball straight back. Oh, he's left for the middle there.
That was very, very risky. And then I would reckon another 3/4 rule. And his path to the pink could have been blocked by the 9. As it is, that these sort of shots can go cockeyed. Only one line to take, and he took it.
Yeah, that was a good angle there. You could see that middle pocket wasn't big. And he's had a cruel kiss there. The orange 5. Just checking if it's frozen to the rail. That means touching the rail.
Bank.
It's difficult when the ball's frozen, Sid. Much more difficult. A big chance of a double hit.
Yep.
If it was a millimetre off that rail, yes, I think he'd be playing the bank.
Trails 4-2. sailing vessel in the 16th century. The astrolabe. The exact angle.
He's playing the edge of the orange here to run round of 2 cushions to leave it behind the 9. He's played it well. Maybe slightly concerned. Yeah, Steve's having a look. Maybe slightly concerned that if he was to strike this orange 5 ball and send the 9 across the table, we can't see the angle from here perfectly, but
that's why Davis is taking the position he has. Does that plant? Right, where's he thinking?
well, the way he's looking here, Sid, yeah, I think what he's looking at here is if he strikes the back of this orange 5 ball, he's looking to check whether the 5 will slide off the edge of the 9 ball, and I think he's looking at the green 6 ball pocket. It's a very intricate shot, but it's on.
Well, also, it's a wide pocket because there is a line that could take it in off the 6 as well. So,
and he knows the 9's moving as well, Sid. Gives him 2 chances.
Well, it's an immense permutation of possible shots here. The 9 nearly went in as well. The 9 was nearly in too. As it is, he's still in play. What a shot!
One of the most spectacular shots of the tournament, that's it.
Absolutely. Look how the other 9 went. Oh, twice! It bobbled into the... Well, I don't know. Well, for me, shot of the tournament, that. We've seen these amazing long banks by the Filipinos, but what was going on in his head there?
Well,
and the nearness of the 9 to going in twice. What a shot.
We keep saying he's improving. He talks about maybe his weakest point is the break, and for my money, he's breaking as well as anybody else has in this tournament. He makes as many balls from the break. There's no difference. He's playing as well as anybody.
Davis! Brian here in Warsaw!
We all know he's a master tactician.
Yeah, 5-3 I see he leads, so maybe safety's the best option given the scoreline.
That's right. He won't be taking any risks. And that was a safety, I believe, that he played there.
Oh, 100%, yes. No intention of taking that into the pocket.
I think he's concerned there that possibly Mika may be able to make this ball. Certainly close. It's a very acute angle. There's not much pocket there for him if he's looking at the middle. But he hasn't got a lot of options.
Crowd absolutely glued with this one.
Yeah, good ball there. Very important for him. Doesn't want to be going any further behind. The 4 into the corner.
Race to 7. Should be a skate through this one for the world champ Pierre. Take the rack. Middle of the pocket. Bump the cush. Feather flick in. Green 6.
Running round off the 2 rails to leave the brown 7 in the corner.
We'll run inside. And this, no problem at all getting on the black.
No, the black will be in the same pocket as the brown 7, I feel. He's taking this into the corner. Running through with a fraction of left-hand side.
Back across the table, parallel to the head string. And just needs to travel the white about 2.5 feet after impact. Maybe 2 foot 3.5 inches after impact. You always feel a little more secure with that little bit of angle. peg back to 5-4. Champion. Well, Billy the Kid used to say it. If you're there to be shot at, somebody's gonna shoot at you. Talking about respect along this tournament, one win and all that. SD, I think in one where respects nobody, but respects everybody. Would love this final. Love to win it. The chance 5-4, race to 7. And with Andy, I think maybe Bustamante has a slight edge on what happens after the hit in a way, but just a slight edge on the break in this tournament.
Yes, certainly Steve's making plenty of balls from the break. Once again, he's on the ball, on the red 3 ball. Awkward near the cushion, elevating the cue, always more difficult. Centre of the pocket, no problem. Just needs to be careful now. Pink 4 into the corner. Orange 5 to follow. And he's played that well.
Has the bearing of a business executive. Maybe an insurance salesman. Who's a hitman in his spare time. There is that frozen menace about him. Remember when he beat all those world champions at Cardiff, wearing a pair of blue jeans? He walked up and down, wouldn't sit down in between shots, just walked, paced every time there was a break in the game. He just walked, he was focused. Focused here, only one rack away from the match against the world champion. Could? Silly me. It's one rack away! Possibly. Like Lee Van Cleef with toothache. That is the Davis face. When he gets that one on, look out. If it was Immonen and Gary Cooper come in one end of town, he'd leave quick. But Davis came in the other. He wants this. He wants to beat the world champion. He wants to go into the final.
Needs to make a ball here, Sid.
Nearly made the 6 with that flick on the 1. Could be a very momentous. As Davis eyes it up. Makes this rack. It's in the final.
The last few breaks there, Mika doesn't seem to have hit the balls as hard as some. He's left Davis on the 1 ball into the corner. But to be fair, this is a difficult rack. The red 3 on the far rail, hampered by the black 8. This is by no means straightforward.
Taking his time. Why not? 9 balls away from the final, possibly. Yeah. Like correct. His pots. Looking at his diagram with a corn saying, will the wheel stay on? Science. Here's the appliance.
Try to avoid that brown 7 there.
Irony till the end.
Telling
Shot
himself off.
Steve.
Yeah, it wasn't easy that. He knew he had work to do there. Ever the perfectionist.
Well, that's right. He's actually got a doppelganger who's out there with him. You can only see it if you put an infrared light on him, saying, "Come on, you're Steve Davis." There is that aura about him. It's his own worst or best critic. Just echo Efren Reyes is in the final at the moment. Particularly with reference to the break, Mika slightly struggling. Cushion first, into the blue two. Hold, 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 hold.
He played that, Sid. I'm sure he played that shot. Tremendous shot there. He knew it was no good just hitting the ball. He had to make it.
And he had to make it! Millimeter perfect! Wow! What a shot. What a shot. Because I think there was only one possible hit on that ball that worked.
If it didn't drop, he had to leave it. Tremendous shot. Played at good pace.
World champion on the ropes. Davis making the noose. Tightening the noose.
Playing the safety there. Didn't fancy the bank shot. Containing shot there. He knows it's Mika who's under pressure.
Well, for mine, when he played two shots, including one that involved the 9 in, and that shot on the blue, that will have even Efren Reyes gasping. Yeah, black first. Watch this very closely, watch it very closely. Ooh, tight goal. Referee's word is final.
Well, Sid, this will be a safety. He'll be sending the 3 away.
Was the call because there was no cushion contact after?
I think he was calling because he felt that he hit the 8 ball first. I think
that was my first reaction to that. That it hit the black first.
Steve there laid a good snooker. Mika's in trouble here. Big trouble.
World champion. Really on the ropes to Dangerous Davis. Semi-final. Davis just wants this rack to put his place against the Magician Reyes. World champion, not that young forehead. That's going to be a lot of stiff necks. What sort of Mara? They're craning their necks. This capacity crowning at the University of Agriculture.
Well, Sid, he's looking at coming off the rail. It's very difficult to control. He won't be trying to do a possibility of a massive shot here, but he won't want to play that either, because he won't want to move that 4 ball. It's not that clear from here, but there's a possibility the 4 doesn't pass the 8. In attempting the Massey, if he was to struggle, he could move the 4. Maybe his last lifeline. But really needs to hit this straight anyway.
Yeah. So easy to dolly up these remaining balls for Davis. But now at the exact point on the cush where he needs a second hit. Looking to get a clean hit on the red.
Well,
clean hit.
A tremendous escape there, tremendous escape. But like I said, it was difficult to control. And he knew if he caught that ball on that side The likelihood was the white was in the pocket.
World
So,
champion.
does the fall pass?
Champion, Mika Immonen, about possibly to leave the tournament. Steve Davis could well whistle through these lot into the final. Never been major pool final goal.
Looking at the combination here, Sid, I feel. Pink 4 into black 8. Good shot there. Played in such a way that he knew he'd leave the 4 near the pocket. All the balls open for him now. And you don't see Steve Davis miss balls like these.
Andy Richardson does not need to ring a friend. Absolutely right. He will thank these with a composure as if he was having a coffee down home in Brentwood, practicing them. Anybody can be cool in a cauldron. It's SD. This to book a place in the final against Reyes. Good enough in the final against Reyes.
Astonishingly, 6 times world snooker champion Steve Davis into his first major pool final, facing the $165,000 man from the Philippines, Efren Reyes. Here in Warsaw, they've had to turn crowds away from the final stages of the PokerMillion.com World Pool League, and it's standing room only for the final. England versus the Philippines, 2 legends in their specialist sports in a showdown at the University of Agriculture. This is the 4th year of the league. It's been the best yet. Reyes against Davis. In one semi-final, snooker legend Steve Davis faced world pool champion Mika Immonen, and stunned the pool world in general, and the Finn in particular, with some wily defence and clinical finishing for a 7-4 triumph. Efren Reyes has just flown in from Tokyo, where he won an astonishing $165,000 earlier this week. In the semi-final, the 47-year-old, the magician, ousted his 37-year-old compatriot Francisco Bustamante 7-6 in a thriller. There's the trophy, that goes with a big check, but it's the honour of winning that drives these men on. Davis is 44, Reyes 47, leaving the youngsters in their wake as the race to 9 racks gets underway. Your commentators for the final, Andy Richardson and Sid Waddell.
Here we go then. And absolutely, how apt that we're at the University of Warsaw, because we've got 2 professors of the spherical sciences contesting our final. In the pullover, Efren Reyes, genius, against Steve Davis. Should be absolutely riveting. Andy Richardson, who's illuminated our commentary with his insight as a top Euro player. Any particular thoughts on the match in general?
Well, Sid, I think we've got the 2 most consistent players in this tournament. Both played really well in this tournament now. Should be a great game.
Race to 9 racks. You would expect Reyes' experience at one level to be a dominant factor. But you have to set against the fact that, like Bustamante,
well, Sid, I think he played that.
Tried the 1-9. Combination shot already. I was going to say Reyes' imagination against the nuggety play, but who's come out the most imaginative? Well,
He's very unlucky there, Sid. Knew it was crashing into the 9 ball. Knew it could go in the corner. Never imagined he could land behind this 4.
thus the game. Here we are, 8 of the world's finest game here. Earl Strickland perished on the route. Steve Knight of England, the holder, dropped away. The Codex of Holland, the world champion. Mika Immonen went out to Davis. Ball in hand to the magician. Davis certainly looking up for the contest now.
Yep, tried to escape the snooker there. Hit the ball deliberately at pace. Had a chance of making it in the corner, and if not, wanted to leave distance between the balls. Didn't manage to make contact.
This tournament's had everything. Efren here had his hair in Elvis style for a while, was singing karaoke. They were filling me and Andy up with the best chicken and rice we've ever had. There's been brilliant play, there's been golden breaks. Now it's the big one, the final. Reyes getting table time at first.
Good position on the 5 ball there, Sid.
A few fishermen's friends wouldn't get a miss in the audience, but our voices lasting out, despite giving the tonsils a battering, trying to keep tabs on these brilliant players. Reyes finished tickle, green 6, and has to work down table for round 7.
Playing this with right hand side, Sid. Lots of side to run across to the side rail. Yeah, prime position on the 7 ball now. Brown 7 into the corner. He'll be stunning out off the rail. Leaving himself an easy 8. Looking good for 1-0.
And again the stun shot with the right hand side, making this 9-baller for Mullen. First notch to Reyes. $165,000 in the Tokyo Open. A few weeks back, Efren, it's rumoured that certain Filipino charities have done very well out of that win. Not for the first time. A man revered in the Philippines. Davis into the pack.
It's a tremendous break there, Sid. Look at the control.
Like a rat up a shutter. Wow. Yep. Flipping on the 1. Red 3. Is the gimme.
Pink 4. Over this bottom corner pocket. 5's near the same corner. Good chance for Steve, this.
No problem ball. Davis's first major final in World Pool. He has gained respect, intercontinental respect. I've had Earl Strickland stood next to me. Jim Rempe just taking off his baseball cap in admiration. The Filipinos saying, how can this man move the white the way he does? Like, how do you get the Carnegie Hall? You practice.
Perfect on this 9.
One apiece! rack 7 in the final in France. Bustamante beaten semi-finalist is there trying to will on Efren Reyes in this final. Reyes is leading 4-2.
Yep, Steve did well the last rack. Managed to peg back from 4-1 down. Vital rack he won. If he can take this one, he's well back in the game.
A slaughterhouse of a break. Oh, eat your heart out, Kurt Vonnegut.
Well, Sid, is there anything left? Tremendous break. No straightforward 2-ball.
Is anything straightforward with this, man? Any chance of one of these brilliant Filipino banks?
I would imagine so, Sid. He'll certainly be contemplating it.
Was a time when the Scottish had the Bonnie banks. Not anymore. Any other options in the bank into the middle?
There's always the option to play safe. You just never know with Efren.
Like Gascoigne. When they said play on the left-hand side of midfield, and he played on the right-hand side.
He's played the safety. I think he's left him sight of this 2-ball.
Crowd appreciating how difficult it's going to be for Davis to get anywhere from this position, though. It's a race to 9 this final.
That last shot there shows you the respect that Efren has for Steve's game.
Key point.
Some of the other games we've seen him attack balls like that, taking banks on. Always a risk. But he's trying to apply the pressure here. He doesn't want Steve coming back at him.
Certainly doesn't. Certainly doesn't. To mind comes quickly the epic battle at Cardiff in the middle of 2000. And Davis was 8-2 down to this man. He won 9-8. One of the most remarkable games I've seen. Now that's not going to be forgotten on Efren. Came back from 8-2 to 9-8. Oh, no wonder the maestro has given him respect. No wonder the maestro is nervous.
You're looking to clip this 2-ball into the corner. It's the position that he's looking at for the red 3-ball. It looks very fine, does this? I'm presuming he can cut it into the pocket. It's very fine.
It's 4-2. Davis was 4-1 down. Very tense atmosphere here at the university. Two professors of the science giving the lecture. Feathered in.
Very good shot there, Sid. He checked that ball.
Given where he's landed it.
An extreme side on that ball to decrease the angle, to leave him position on the red 3.
Heart of the pocket. And you two within the millimetre. How much else is going to miss the middle bag by the white. Looking good then for 4-3. Into the cush again. Using run inside that time. Brings the ball out to make this shot easier. And particularly to land perfect on the 9.
Perfect on the 9-ball. He's coming back.
4-3. Game on in Warsaw.
it.
5-3 down. Rest of 9. Well, from where sitting, direct hit is difficult. But from that angle, you see he's got half the ball away, Matt. Could have done without that, though.
Trying to send the one back onto that rail there. He was in trouble there. It was a very difficult position to be in. Efren. Extreme check side on the cue ball to bring himself back for the 2 in the same pocket. The key ball in this rack looks like the pink 4. Simple 2 into this corner. No problem making the 3. It's just the position on the 4 that counts. 4 to 5.
You can work that out. You'd fancy him for this rack. Working the white beautifully there to work this feather flick in, is it?
Little bit too fasted, I think. Yeah.
He ain't swatting Polish midges. Yeah, didn't. Well, you're talking less. You're talking half inches.
Yeah, that was the problem. He was looking to leave the similar shot, but if he'd had less of an angle, he'd have been behind the 4 there.
So, Joe Rubens for Davis.
Steve checking both top pockets.
I could touch the atmosphere. With rubber gloves on, it's so hot. It's audience have applauded the players to the table, such as their involvement, such as their pride in 2 great stars of world sport. Yeah, yes, unique combination. Look, coming from the discipline of snooker. So the bloke was one of the greatest that ever played pool. See the mutual respect and the crowd's awareness of it. And you say they're brilliant because they're not applauding too heavily in case they put him off. They'll hold the applause. As in when he gets to the 9, which is looking pretty soon, Davis continuing the comeback.
Top draw clearance this. Great 4 ball. Use the full size of the pocket with the orange 5. Under extreme pressure.
Pegs back to 5-4. There's the look. It's the look you had on when you beat Reyes, who was 8-2 up in the World Championship, followed by Yusuke, followed by Takahashi. The business look. Have a bit of fun if we can square that at 5 apiece.
This would be a good rack for him to win, Sid. His own break. A tremendous break there.
Pity that the blue run on quite so much, but he may be able to manufacture a shot left, right?
Yes, he was unfortunate there. The standard of his breaking in this tournament, equal I feel to anybody else's.
With you there. Bustamante was the one who sorted it out first, who I think he set the pace. They do watch each other. They watch each other's break and see just what works. Bustamante first to sort of set the cry that the heavy break was going to work here, rather than the soft cut break, which is its linear opposite. But Davis, you're dead right. break has been as good as anybody's. Safety shot.
Well, Sid, he's unfortunate there. Very unfortunate. I think he's left a combination. He knows it. Slightly hampered here. Be bending the cue ball.
Yeah, but the with his skill at the swerve, you'd say it was odds on he'd get it.
That's it. Well, they were applauding the combination and the fact that the other ball went in as well. But Efren would have preferred that 2 to stay up. He's left himself something to do with his pink 4 now. Not easy by any means.
Resting it apparently with the left hand side. Looking lovely on the orange, but like you said, that was a difficult thing.
That was his problem, Sid. Wasn't enough to just make the ball. You need to run through for the orange 5. But it's so much more difficult. And this is a fantastic chance for Steve to level the match. At 5-5, this would be anybody's.
And remember, it'll be in Reyes' head what happened at the World Championships in Cardiff in July 2000, when Davis was 8-2 down to Reyes, and then clattered through a 9-8 win. Just tops through to the bottom cushion. We've got a tied game, 5 apiece.
I still don't have a pocket here. So what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to improvise. I'm going to do the best that I can possibly do to keep my cue ball laying against this area right in here. I may end up about here. If that's so, that'll be okay, because I can just go straight down and back out. I don't want to get so far out that I'm going to be hitting the 7 ball. I want to stay close enough in to where I can shoot the 6 without disturbing the 7. So I'm going to shoot it up in the corner with a nice soft stroke and try to lay my cue ball right into this area right in here. This is a low right-hand cue ball, nice and soft. Hit it with a nice soft touch. You just kind of bunt the ball in. Now I'm going to play the 6 ball in the corner pocket. I'm in real good shape here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot the 6 in, sending the cue ball to the end rail, and back out into this area right in here for the 7. I'm probably going to be a hair to the inside of the 7 and have to use the end rail to either go across to play on the bottom of the 8 or come above it and play to the top of the 8. The ideal location here is to be above the 7, just a hair to the inside. Okay, now we've played a little to the inside of the 7 ball. This is ideal. I'm not going to be able to play above the 8 on this. So now we're going to have to take the next best thing and play to the end rail and over into this area right in here to play the 8 ball up in this corner. This is a high right-hand cue ball. I just play the cue ball to the rail and bounce off of the rail. So it'll be to the end rail, side rail, bounce out just a little for the 8 ball up in the corner. This is high right. Okay. Now I've come to a situation to where I'm going to play the 8-ball up in the corner, but the angle dictates to me when I draw the ball that I'm going to be drawing it right at the 9. So this is what you have to do when you have a shot like this. You apply just a little extra right-hand English. Just a little bit more than you normally would. So this will give you more of a whipping action that direction. What we want to try to do is come across the 9 to this area right in here. The reason for the little extra English is to keep you off of the top of the 9. So I'll shoot it up in the corner, low right, about 5 o'clock to draw it back past the 9. Okay, now the low right-hand English gave me a kind of a whipping effect. It made me create a little more of an angle to come across the ball instead of down on top of the 9. So now all I do is shoot the 9 ball in to complete the rack. Now that's the proper way to play the 9-ball game. It's good to have insurance when it's necessary. We came across the 4 just a little too much, so we had the insurance of the side pocket. It's better not to have to do that, but in case it comes up, you always want an insurance pocket.
He needs good position on the orange 5 to come back down for the green 6 at the bottom of the table.
Beautifully weighted shot.
Has he come far enough, Sid?
Low. It's absolutely straight.
If it is, he'll be happy, I think.
Nah. Well, it was so straight that he had to draw. He had to do severe draw. Well, no. He ran on. He didn't want that angle. That is the wrong angle for the brown.
Yeah, definitely overhit that one. He was looking to leave that in the top corner. What does he do here? Does he play safe? Does he play the bank? Options as always.
Just about one of the half dozen best players ever in the world sitting there like a predator ready. You can't give Reyes any crumbs. Long.
Tremendous pot there. He's been unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Tremendous 7-ball in the corner. Look at the position of the white now. Wrong end of the table.
Very, very difficult pot. And also position has got to be got by topping it through.
Yeah, he had to play that, Sid. That was a shot to nothing, in effect. We say that, but we know what Efren's like. Does he look at the bank shot?
Knowledgeable crowd, yeah, appreciating Davis's attempt. Davis going giraffe-necked with interest. Will the maestro plant this? Long, we reckon, bottom right. Bottom left. Anywhere he likes. Well, we couldn't quite see exactly how he was addressing that ball, but we both had a rough idea of how long he was prepared to take that bank shot. This for 7-5! Andy's just said he did take the hardest version of that bank. But when you're a genius, all banks look the same. That's Jesse James.
Yes, Sid. If you were watching at home there, you'd have thought that the other pocket was the better corner. But Efren knew he had to get back down the table for the 9 ball. Gave him better position. And this is a big rack for Efren now.
7-5. Reyes needs only 2 more. He is up against 6 times world champion and a man who since the end of '94 has worked on all aspects of this 9-ball game, Steve Davis.
Well, Sid, he really needs this rack. If he can take this rack, he has the break in the next. Just needs to land shot. Maybe a fraction too straight on this. He can still get position, but a little bit more of an angle would have been better for him, I feel.
Put an extreme bottom spin on it.
Bottom right-hand side to increase the angle. What a shot.
Curler. Means any amount of that there. With Reyes 2 ahead to raise the 9.
Slightly hampered by the green 6 here, but he should still make this ball.
Pink, next one on. And the draw shot just north of the middle of the table.
Maybe looking at 2 rails here. He may be running through it. Yep, 2 rails he's tried.
Well, extreme draw. He was prepared to move that ball 9 feet backwards. Just watch where he was prepared to take the whites. And in that part of consideration, forgot about the pot.
Yep, deliberately left that angle. Cushion first. Efren knew cushion first with the side. Take the cue ball back around the angles and up the table. And this is probably as bad a lie as he could have got. Difficult position now to get onto the 6. Hampered by the jaws of the middle pocket as well.
But if he gets it, he's looking to bring it off that cush, and that one about look at the incoming angle, given how near it is to the cushion.
Perfect angle for him. Just where he wanted it.
Rack over.
Looking to come off the bottom rail with left hand side here. Bottom and side. And this is rack over.
Into the cush, snidge out a matter of inches. Or stone dead to make it even more simple. Is to go 1 rack away from the World Pool League title. 8-5! Reyes could win with 1 more rack. As a mountain to climb against one of the truly greats, the magician from the Philippines, Efren Reyes. There is 5.
Back 14, Steve Davis to break, driven by 5 racks.
1 more mistake. We'll go and dry off this break. We'll let the magician in. Oh, savage, nasty, cruel game. Productive break, but just look where the twos landed. Blocked.
Well, unfortunate there. 2. Almost frozen to the green 6 ball.
Davis. Ratio sinates. Thinks out possibilities. It's back over all the shots he's played. They've pool and snooker since 1978. Professional. He elects the push.
Pushing across the table. Trying to leave an edge of this 2 ball.
Just attempt maybe the magician. To a shot too far, maybe.
It's a possibility, Sid, yep. He also knows if he's put back in, at least he has a safety. He'll be hoping that Efren hasn't got a bank shot on here. At worst, he'd be hoping to come back to the table.
Why that little look at the area around Brown?
Yes, Sid.
Do you really mean a bank here?
Look at that for accuracy.
And look at that for the leave if it missed.
That's it.
You gotta be a genius to split your bet that way.
Playing the edge of this 2. He needs to get safe. The green ball is saviour there, the 6 ball.
It's like a medieval castle being besieged. Somebody says, and the dragon's at the front door. And somebody run out and say the dragon's at the back door. And somebody says it's a 2-headed dragon. Steve Davis trying might and main to keep this man at bay. Remember, Efren takes this rack, he's the champ. Likes that! Most emotion you can see coming from him. Yeah, oh, he liked that a bit. A bit chuffed, or whatever they say in Manila. Mucho summit. And in a funny, poetic way, an apt sort of climax this is coming to, if indeed it ends soon, that Steve Davis is engaged in a battle of snooker with Reyes. Well, does that pass that orange?
I think it does, Sid. And Steve knows if this 2 passes, a big chance this could be his last visit to the table.
Beautiful 90-degree draw.
Three into the middle. Side, bottom, side cushion again. Back out for the long 4.
Orange 5 in the same pocket.
You got it, Sid.
You don't need to be Mick Jagger to know the way down Route 66. And this particular route, nowhere near California. We're in Warsaw, and it looks as though the Philippine flag is going to be flying high soon as the magician waves his wand. And I'm telling you, when he struts his stuff, Merlin is strictly Vauxhall Conference.
8 ball into the same pocket. Effectively title ball, that.
You said it, Andy! Look, fan, too much! Our champ, Efren Reyes! Won $165,000 a few weeks ago in Tokyo! Winner of the World Pool League in some style!
So what a